Hey, how you doing? I'm Dan Ferris.
He's back. I'm Michael Williamson. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, please rewind back to the last podcast. Check that out, and you'll see our special guest. Dan's back. I'm back. And here we are today at Complete Media, the best little marketing agency on the prairie. He likes to say.
It's true. I would like to thank, what was his name, Matt for
some
sitting.
Guy wandered in off the street.
Well, what's nice is we do a shadow/intern program here. And I hope he learned a lot.
Well, he spent the first half of the day at the halfway house, and then he interns here in the afternoon. So we were happy to accommodate him, and hopefully he'll take what he learned here and go very far with that information.
Right back to Costco. So here's the deal. We talk a lot, and we tend to get, I guess, fairly detailed because you have to. We try to provide information that, as a business owner, when it comes to your marketing, perhaps you're not familiar with this concept or this idea or that strategy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What we'd like to do is take a few minutes and kind of condense that down and simplify it, boil it down, right? The abridged version, so to speak.
Sure. Absolutely. I like how you put that.
Thank you.
A few minutes.
Yeah, just a few minutes. Hey, we're going to break it down into 3 parts.
Okay.
Everything we talk about, your marketing, long-term strategies, what those mean, and again, this is imperative to get your team on board with this so they understand it too.
Yeah.
For instance, to start out, you as a business tell your target demographic you are the best at what you do by, or how, mission statement.
I mean, that's what it all starts with, and we've talked about this before, and we're kind of pulling it all together because this will represent the culmination, the word for the day, of all the previous podcasts that we put out. So it starts with that mission statement, and as we've said before, it's amazing to us how many people we sit down and visit with, and they don't have a mission statement. Folks, I know everybody goes, that's a great idea, but we're too busy. We just got to get on with the business at hand. And everything.
Or that's only for really big companies.
Yeah, only really big companies. You know what? Even if you're an individual business person, you're doing your own thing, you're a solo act, you need a mission statement. It's an affirmation for you on a daily basis. And if you have a team, then it's an affirmation for everybody. It's crucial. And it doesn't have to be some, something you find on a couple of stone tablets. It can be very informal. It can be very loose. It can move and groove and evolve with you and your people, and as your business evolve. Just get something down and work from there so that each day you realize you're all literally on the same page. And whatever that is, we help a lot of businesses with that.
It doesn't have to be some long involved corporate geek speak type thing.
Just get it on paper. You do what you do. Why?
Yeah, exactly. You're great at it because.
Yeah.
And then we should know by now, through planning and research, you reach your target demographic where? And there's a million avenues anymore. Well, I haven't actually counted them all, but there's a lot of avenues anymore with social media and digital and traditional and on and on and on and on and on. But again, your dollars should only be placed those avenues that are going to do you the most good. So you reach that target demographic where?
Yeah. I mean, how do you effectively spend those dollars to get the greatest return on your means of communications with them? And in this day and age, there's so many varieties of and ways to connect with people. It's not like back in the day when, well, Dan more so than me. I mean, when Dan was a young boy watching TV, there was 3 channels, and when I was watching TV, there was 5.
It was a lucky day if we could get all 3 in.
And we used to have to bang the side of the old Philco to get them to come in and put the tinfoil on the rabbit ears. And if that was all you had to advertise on, then you'd be good to go. You could literally get on the party line and ask everybody if they saw your ad. But today, there's so much. There's social media. There's all the intraweb stuff. There's websites. There's, and then all the traditional. So you have to identify, once you identify your target demographic, where are they spending their time? And we take time with the people that we sit down with and have that conversation. Where do you think? Because it does matter what you think. We're not pulling defined demographics or statistics from thin air. It's about, let's have a conversation. What do you know in your real life? What do you know about the people that you hang out with that you work with, that you encounter on a day-to-day basis? Where do you see them consuming those marketing messages? And once you figure that out, and once you figure out who among them are your target demographic, then you break it down even further, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then the next step in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, let's bring it back to the beginning. So that's phase 2 of simplifying this whole thing. Number 1, you tell your target demographic you are the best at what you do by. Number 2, then you connect with them where? And then phase 3, profit.
Well, you got to track it, though.
It is. How do you know this is actually working?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was something that stranger from off the street in the halfway house came in and talked so eloquently about. So if you need a little more detail on that, back it up and check out the podcast previous to this one. It was amazing. I mean, even I was schooled. But we talked at length about how you track that and why it's important. And again, if you can't do that, then you're really just throwing darts.
Yeah, so in other words, then you track that activity by, some good examples, digitally, by email. There's a unique email address, for instance. There's a unique phone number on your website, or maybe on a print piece
or
that's gone out.
A coupon.
A coupon.
No, a coupon.
Yeah.
There's actually a media campaign running right now, and every time I hear it, I go, "What did he just say?" Coupon. I'd never heard that before. A coupon.
It's true. Yeah. Whatever strategies that are decided.
You say coupon, I say coupon.
Upon that are going to serve you best. Again, trackability is imperative, because now everyone involved gets a very, very clear idea what is working great. Maybe a strategy that isn't so hot, and now you can really manage those marketing dollars because everything's being measured.
Right, and it's being shared. Again, taking that mission statement and then all the elements that follow afterward, and having everybody be mindful of it, and having buy-in. It's inclusiveness, and it makes such a difference when everybody who comes through the door every morning to do the job or make the product or provide the service is together in their efforts, and realizes that if we stray from this formula, then we lose effectiveness and we lose a return on our investment. And as that is allowed to go on, before you know it, you're out on the street.
So that's it, the proverbial, just like me, just a vagabond, just kicking around the mean streets of South Dakota, hoping for a free pheasant because I'm all out of ammunition. So you tell your target demographic you are the best at what you do by, number 2, you connect with them where they're at, and again, that has to be ascertained and figured out. And I'm just going to stop down a little, because actual conversation this morning with a prospect. I came across them, and I happened to know one of the people involved in it, and it was a local network television ad. And it ran early morning, and it was agriculture based. And I knew immediately at least 90 to 95 cents of every dollar they're invested in that ad campaign is being wasted on people that will never, ever care, ever. And so I called them. I said, how long have you been doing this? About 2 or 3 years. I said, let me guess, you're doing it because you understand it. It's traditional media. Yeah, pretty much. And somebody knew somebody at the TV station and blah, 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 blah. And again, it's imperative. Everything will work to an extent generally. And so I just flat out asked him, would it make more sense if 90 to 95 cents of every dollar was being directed at somebody who actually gave a rip about what it is you're offering. Well, yeah. So we're going to sit down next week. But again, and then I asked him, I said, well, what's it done for you for the past couple of years you've been doing this? Oh, nothing.
But we've always done it, so we'll just continue to do it.
That is exactly how the conversation went. And again, I get that because we do come across that. And not saying they didn't get a customer or two off it, but I'm guessing certainly not enough return business on that investment to make a decent return on it, if any. My guess is flatline at best. So there you go. Get everybody on board. Make sure that everyone on staff, anyone involved in this, understands that, again, you're going to tell your target demographic that you're at the best at what you do by mission statement, etc. You're going to reach them here, depending on strategies, what's going to serve you best. And the most forgotten point of any marketing campaign is, how are we going to track this thing, man? How do we know? How do we know? And again, there are ways to track on pretty much every marketing strategy venue out there, known to man. And if there isn't, well, darn it, if you can't track it, you know what? Don't do it.
If you can't track it, don't hunt it.
That's, yeah, what Michael said. Even if you got a
big
coupon.
A coupon.
All right, I think that's a wrap. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, so.
Oh, good.
All right. Hey, any questions? We are Complete Media. We're at 605-360-2259. I'm Dan Ferris.
I'm Michael Williamson.
See ya.